Hi, this is Champlet 2 on the PlayStation Network. This video will provide some tips and tricks for doing stunt runs in Burnout Paradise. I'll take you to some of the best stunt run locations on the map and show you some cool tips to help you get the highest stunt run scores. To start, let's take a look at how you do barrel rolls. You can see the split ramps ahead of my car. These happen to have ramps on both the left and right side. So we're going to pull up first to where the split ramp is on the left side of my car. Ideally, you want your left tires to go right over that yellow and black paint. If you can hit that paint just perfectly, it'll really get you the best rotation. And here we'll see if I can pull up where the ramp is on my right. The right tires are going to go right up over that yellow and black tape. So when you're doing this at full speed, in this case where the ramp is on my right, it's going to lift the car up and spin to the left. So I'll want to pull to the left to get the best rotation. And I'm going to slow this down just as I get to the ramp. Now see how I went across to the middle of the ramp and I didn't get full rotation? That's why it's so important to try to hit the yellow and black paint. When you go across the middle, you don't get enough speed. Now there, I didn't get enough of the ramp. I only got the very, very edge of it, and it didn't spin me at all. Here is a perfect one. In fact, so perfect that I got more than a single barrel roll out of it, and I didn't stop it in time. So let's see now if I come up with just the right speed and hit just the right spot. There's a single barrel roll. In fact, it's a little over a single, but it wasn't so much that I couldn't land it. And there we go again. So that makes me think if I go a little faster, maybe I can get a double. And I can. Let's try that again. Let's go a little faster and get a double barrel roll, even in this, it's not a really big jump there. But you'll see this time, if I go a little bit slower, I don't boost the whole way. There you go. It's just enough rotation to do a single. So that's to show you how your speed affects your barrel roll. Now I'm going to show you how to stop the rotation in a barrel roll so you can land it correctly. It all depends on which side the ramp is on. In this case, the ramp is on the right, which is going to cause me to roll to the left. While I'm in the air, if I pull it back to the right as I'm rolling left, that will stop the rotation and I can land it flat. But you have to stop it before the barrel roll is finished. In this case here, I'm going to roll a complete one, start the second one, and then I pulled back to the right. And that's why it stopped it after 2 rolls. Now you don't really necessarily have to pull it back. You can just let it keep rolling, and if you happen to time it just right so that your wheels are down when you get to the ground, there we go, got a nice quad barrel roll out of that. Now we'll take a look at flat spins, which look something like this. Let's take it back and do it a little bit slower this time. You don't necessarily have to hit the yellow and black paint, but as you get close to the ramp, pull to either the left or the right, and use the E-brake to start your flat spin. So again, it looks something like that. And if you get the better part of the ramp, you'll get a good height and some good spin. And if you get less, who knows, you might even get a corkscrew where you flat spin and barrel roll at the same time. Let's look at some real stunt runs on the map here with the one that starts at South Rouse and Ross. You're looking for a green circle in the intersection. Drive up to it and squeeze the gas and the brake at the same time to get it started.
Ready for a stunt run? Find the best stunt locations in the city, then boost and drift between jumps, rolls, and spins to beat the target score in the time limit.
DJ Atomica just gave you a lot of information really fast, so let's pause and discuss this for just a minute. The target score is at the upper left. The more stunt runs you do, the higher the target goal will be until it reaches the maximum goal. You have 2 minutes at the start of the stunt run that you can crash but still keep going. After that 2 minutes is up, if you crash, you're done. If you run out of boost, you're done. You get single multipliers for super jumps, billboards, and big air, and single flat spins, which is 180 degrees. And you also get a 2 times multiplier for single barrel rolls. If you can do any of these things at the same time in a single trick, or if you do bigger spins or multiple barrel rolls, you can really rack up some points. Before you start your stunt run, make sure you have a vehicle that spins and rolls really well. Usually a stunt class car like this one will do the trick. Also, before you start, check out the areas nearby and look for the places where you can get the best multipliers during your stunt run, so you'll have an idea where you're going before you get it started. Here we are at the airfield, and notice the very first thing I did was a single barrel roll off of the first ramp to the right. There's 4 little ramps here with split ramps on either side, and you can do tricks off of either side of those 4 split ramps, so that's technically 8 ramps. But here you see I'm doing that same single barrel roll over that same ramp that I did earlier, and that's considered repetition. It has to be something different during the same combination, or else it won't count it. It'll call it repetition. But now I've wrecked my vehicle, so I'm no longer in that same combination anymore. It's under the 2 minutes, so I've got a fresh start, and I can repeat any of the tricks I've already done so far, because as I said, that combination ended when I crashed. So I could have done that barrel roll on the right hand ramp. But this time we're going to add a super jump to it. So you see here I've done a double barrel roll and a super jump with airtime. That's a 6 times multiplier. And here as I jump up over this hangar, if I turn to the left, I got a reverse air times 2 because I did a full 360. And then I'm going to go up on this same hangar and jump to the right. And this will not count as repetition because it was 2 different kinds of spins. So you can do the same things on the split ramps there. You can try barrel rolling to different sides, flat spinning to different sides. Sometimes it'll call it repetition, sometimes it won't. You just have to keep trying. And as you can see, there's also another 4 ramps going the other perpendicular direction here in the airfield. So you've got another 8 split ramps to play with. There's just so much stuff you can do in this airfield. So that's it. I'm past my 2-minute mark. I can't restart. I completed with 1.7 million points, and I really only needed 10,000, so that's a win. Now we'll head down south to the intersection of the South Bay Expressway and South Mountain Drive. I'll start this stunt run right here.
This is a stunt run. Boost and drift to link
And you can
together
see now
jumps,
that my
rolls,
target
and spins.
score is
Beat
quite a
the
bit
target
higher than
score
the
in
last
time
one
limit to
because
win.
I'm completing more stunt runs. That target's going to keep going up. Now while I'm on my way to the area where all the fun stunts are, I need to keep my boost meter up so that I don't run out of boost fuel. I can do that by driving in oncoming traffic. I can do it here by drifting. And to drift, all you have to do is sort of lightly tap the brake and turn to the side. And if you have a car that's good at drifting, it'll do it just fine. Now I'm coming up to the Lone Peaks Quarry, and here's a nice big barrel roll jump. I'm going to stop that spin in time just to land the triple there, plus the super jump, and the air time got me a 6 times multiplier. Actually, I take that back, it was 8. Here I'm going to do a reverse flat spin off of just that little jump there. It's not a super jump. There's a split ramp here in the middle. You can see this one's like a one-sided one. And it's a little higher there, so I wasn't expecting it to rotate that fast. That's why I crashed. I should have been ready for a double on that one. This, by the way, is a great drift spot right there in the quarry. But since I have crashed, I'm going to go back up and try the original jump again to see if I can get better than a triple barrel roll off of this super jump. I want all of the multiplier I can get. I'm I'm not out of time yet, so I'm gonna try it. Let's see what we can get here. So perfect, right on the black and yellow paint, and got a 4 barrel roll, which got me ultimately a 10 times multiplier. Now check this out, I'm just about to run out of time and I crashed. As long as I can boost to keep my stunt run going before it hits 0, which I did, I'm still in it. Now if I had just sat there and not boosted, it would have ended right there. So it brings up another thing. If you want to do something really challenging and you think you might crash or you might want a second chance to do it again, do it early in the stunt run before you run out of that 2 minutes. Because then that way if you do crash, you'll have another shot at it. But now that I'm past the 2 minutes and I've crashed here, that's it. I'm all done. I needed 18,000 points and I got 1.2 million. And I can upgrade in 5 more wins on my license. Now let's go up north to the intersection of Nelson Way and Reed Lane to start another stunt run.
The most outrageous jumps, rolls, spins, and drifts to beat the target score in the time limit.
When you're on your way to the good part of the stunt run, like wherever you happen to know your super jumps and billboards and barrel roll ramps are, you may find some little ramps on the side of the road where you can do a barrel roll on your way, or even a little flat ramp without the split ramp that you can just get a little air to build your boost. This road's great for drifting, so you can see between drifting and oncoming I'm getting a lot of points. But darn, I missed the split ramp and all I got was airtime and super jump. Well, that kind of stinks because that could have been a lot of points. Here you'll notice when I hit the smashes, I think you do get something like 100 points for hitting a gate. Even if you've already found that gate before, if there's still a piece of it left and you hit it, I think you get like 100 points for that. But I'm going to go ahead and crash here because I really want another shot at that big super jump. I want to try to get as many barrel rolls off of that as I can get. So I knew I had some time left. I just figured, well, I'm going to crash it and get another shot at it. There's 2 little exits here from the railroad track to get back on Reed Lane. There's the first one, and the second one was just a little bit past that. So I'm going to come right up here and try this again. Let's do the one on the left. Okay, only a double, but not bad. That's still a 6 times multiplier. See those little ramps there in the middle? Those get you, like I said, a little bit of boost and a little bit of points. Here's the other exit from the railroad track to get back on Reed Lane. And oh, look at that, I just ran out of boost. But I'm not out of time yet. Now see, now I've come up here and I've done the barrel roll on the other side, but it's still saying that's repetition because it's the same super jump. Okay, now on that one I did a flat spin to the left. So don't just hit a billboard when you've got one. If you can flat spin through it, you get extra multipliers for that, just like this one. So there it is again. That was a 4 times multiplier for what would have just been a 1 if all I had done was hit the billboard like this. That's just a 1 times multiplier. Now I'm going to flat spin through this one and get some air. Now see that ramp right there? I could have just tried to hit that, but it would have been really reckless because I was going too fast and I wasn't ready for it. So I'm going to back up, get lined up, and be sure I hit it safely to get a good barrel roll with some air time. So after that 2 minutes runs out, don't be in a hurry. Trying to pick up every ramp you see and every jump you see, because you're probably just going to make a mistake, and once you crash after the 2 minutes are up, you're done. Take your time, line it up, and do it right, and you won't regret it. And that one's repetition because I just did that super jump going the other way. That one should be repetition too because I already got that billboard, And uh-oh, I didn't aim that one correctly, did I? So there it is. That run is over. I'm done. I needed 28,000, I believe. 26,000, and I got 1.8 million points. Let's take one final look at a stunt run from Big Surf Island on McGuire Road.
Link those stunts, beat that score target. Time for a stunt run.
Now my target score is 110,000 points. Again, it keeps going up every time I complete one of these, but I've still got the 2 minutes that I can recover if I crash. So I work my way up here. There's 2 super jumps side by side. One goes up to the ski jump, and the other one comes here to the right to a split ramp. And if I landed a quad off of this, I could get a 10 times multiplier, but no such luck today. All I get is airtime and super jump for a 2 times multiplier, so that was kind of a bummer. But maybe I'll get another shot at it, because I'm not out of time just yet. So I'm going to come up here and work my way back up to those 2 super jumps. You'll see here's my billboard, and I'm not just hitting it, I'm doing a flat spin through it for extra multipliers. So it's 4 instead of what probably would have been 2, 1 for air and 1 for the billboard. Just like that. Now I'm going to go back to the other super jump and head way up this huge ski jump. I love this one. So if you want a flat spin when you get to the top, just right there at the very tippy top, turn to the left or the right and hit the E-brake just as you're leaving the ramp, and you'll get your flat spin. So that's a nice 6 times multiplier there, because I got, I think that was, I want to say 720 on my spin. And oops, kind of went out of bounds there, but I'm not out of time, so I can keep going. But since I did go out of bounds, my combo is over. I can repeat some of the things I did earlier and try to do them better. So I'm going to come back here now and see if I can get that barrel roll that I missed the first time. I'm out of time, so this is it. And that's a good spin, but not quite enough to get the wheels all the way to the bottom for me to land it. So that's it. Well, thank you so much for watching. A like for this video and a subscription to my channel would be very greatly appreciated. Please feel free to leave comments about what else you'd like to see from Burnout Paradise, and maybe I'll include that in a future video. Have a great day in Paradise City, and we'll see you here next time.